Mic test for stream. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, they are on. Did Syracuse come first or did Georgetown? Syracuse goes first.
You know, we came into this game knowing it was going to be a battle, and it was a battle. All the way up into the second half, and I thought our guys, was probably the best defensive performance late in the second half that we had all year. This team is getting better. Our team's getting better each week, each game. But this was a big game for us. Make no mistake about it. This rivalry is well and live in both programs. It still means something to both fan bases, and I'm excited to come away and with a win and on the road, well-coached head Cooley team, and they're going to be good. You know, he's just getting everybody back. This team is going to be good. They're going to finish up strong. So, you know, we got a well-earned win on the road, and that's what you have to do. You have to be able to go on the road and win. And this is a really good road win for us. We're just excited to move forward. You know, that's all I can say right now. Any questions?
Hey, Coach, you've pretty much reduced Epps into an inefficient volume shooter, and you took Styles completely out the offense. What did your scout look like, and how did those guys operate what you envisioned for your defense today?
You know, I think we just wanted to make it tough. Those guys are very talented. We knew they were going to get shots up. You know, we just wanted to make every shot tough. In certain situations where, you know, Epps had the ball, you know, coming off any type of handoffs or ball screens, we just wanted to crowd him and try to get the ball out of his hand and make someone else do something, you know, and that was it. But those guys are, you know, talented. So we knew that they were going to get there. We just wanted to make them work hard.
And talk a little bit about Copeland's contribution, especially in the second half. Not only did he score, but you had him on Epps on the other end, and it seemed to give him some issues.
Yeah, you know, we thought trying to put a bigger defender on him when he got out there. Just, you know, for Quadir, he's active. He can move his feet. He has long arms, and he's naturally an aggressive person. So we just wanted to make Epps work. You know, he's the real deal. So we just wanted to make him work and earn everything. And Quadir's just been getting better each week. You know, our Syracuse people know. You know, he can make things happen, and then sometimes he can make you cry. But, you know, today he was really good. He was really good, and, you know, he continues to get better and understand what he needs to do.
So my friend here next to me stole my Quadir question, but I'm going to ask you about JJ instead. You know, JJ was 3 for 3 from the three-point line. How good was it for him to see the ball go in and the game that he had today?
Good for him. It was good for us, you know. No, he was, again, I think, you know, he was big, especially when Judah went out. You know, he made some big shots. And even when Judah was in, he just stepped up big for us. He controlled the game. He had a moment where he took over the game, and you know, that's what you envision. You know, we got two high-level guards, and today they played that way. You know, when those guys are playing like that, you know, we're gonna be tough to beat. You know, we'll have a chance to win every game when they playing like that.
Adrian, was anything wrong with Naheem today? And also, could you talk a little bit about Munir's play off the bench, and what did you tell him when you sent him in for Malik?
Well, Naheem, foot got a little irritated at the end of the half, so he didn't think that he can go out there and give us the energy that we needed. And Munir, you know, we have been talking. You know, some of our games have been tough for him to get into the game. You know, depending on the team, but this game was a tailor-made game for him. With Supreme Cook, a physical presence, a guy that was just physical, and Munir's physical. So, you know, I knew he was going to get in the game this game. It was just a matter of time, and he responded. You know, Munir he's all about the team, and he's always ready when you call him. And today he stepped up big, and you know, I'm just happy for him.
Coach, what would you attribute extending the lead second half? It became insurmountable. Do you think they got a little flustered and started pressing a little bit, and you guys just took advantage?
I think so. I think our defense, we made every shot tough, you know, tough threes. I thought we contested. And then, you know, even when we didn't get the rebound, you know, we battled in there. You know, we made them finish. You know, we didn't give them any easy looks. And that's what we talk about, not trying to give teams easy looks. And, you know, when shots stop not falling, you know, obviously, you know, you push a little bit harder. But I just thought our defense was really good probably last 10, 12 minutes of that game.
Brendan Strong, what does he bring to your program?
Brendan Strong? Coach B is great. You know, one of the bright young minds in this business. We're excited to have him. You know, we're excited to have him. Hopefully we'll have him for a couple of years, but he's one of the up-and-coming stars in this business. Bright mind, great recruiter, really knows how to, you know, communicate and connect with people above him and people below him. So, you know, he's a star in the making, so we're just excited to have him.
Coach, I think it was Chris Bell's game against Colgate that we talked about, how you said as long as you play with energy, the ball's going to find you, and then the ball's going to find the net. And you've always talked about Quadir Copeland and the type of energy that he brings to every game that he plays in. Anything else on the imprint that he was able to put on today's game and how that energy is carried over into today's win?
Who's a Quadir?
Yeah.
I mean, again, he defended, he rebounded, he made the right plays. I mean, he has some. I mean, that putback was big time, you know. But he just played. He didn't. I'm trying to see before I speak, you know. He had 2 turnovers today, I think. That's going in the right direction. You know, he gives us a 3rd and sometimes a 4th ball handler out there. His versatility is what makes him so special. You know, and he's tough. You know, he's 6'6". He can guard 1 through 4. He has great quickness, and he can make plays. And today he finished those plays. You know, and he was really good for us. But he gives us versatility. He allows me to play 4 guards. He allows me to, you know, I can play 2 guards. You know, he can play with anybody. You know, he has a lot of offensive versatility.
Coach, what did you tell this team before entering the arena and the energy like into today's game? And obviously you were a part of this Syracuse-Georgetown rivalry as a player. How has that changed now as a coach?
You know, I talked to my team about this rivalry. You know, my guys are young, and so they might not, you know, remember those rivalries, you know, but I think their parents do. But we also have some local guys, and, you know, so I knew they were going to be ready to play anyway, and they're always ready to play. But, you know, when you come back home, it's always something special. So, and luckily, you know, Judah Mintz is, you know, from this area, so that was, you know, I knew he was going to be ready to play. That's why, in the beginning, that's why I needed to be ready to play. And, but, you know, we just talked about the rivalry. We talked about, you know, this is, you know, not just, you know, us. This is about, you know, people that have played before us, and how important this is to our community, our fan base, and for both universities. And I told them, I said, this is a game that you know, both teams we want. We continue this series. We want this series alive, and it's a good series. And you know, I think as Ed continues to build and I continue to build, you know, this series will get the pop and the respect that it deserves.
Coach, what was the message at halftime, and what do you think turned this game from a 1-point game at the half into a double-digit lead for you guys?
Well, we missed some free throws. We had some turnovers, so, you know, I told the guys, you know, take care of the basketball. The free throws will come. But it was really all about, you know, our defensive intensity and finishing plays and rebounding. You know, today, you know, we out-rebounding those guys, and that hasn't been the story in the last, you know, after we came back from Maui. So, you know, and since we've been back from Maui, we rebounded the ball as a team better. And when we rebound the ball, we give ourselves a chance, you know. So we really just talked about settling down on offense and on defense, you know, staying alert and finish the play with a rebound.
Coach, J.J. Judah and Quadir combined for 60 points. How unique is it to have 3 guards that can score at a high volume like that?
You know, it's good. It's good to have guards that can do that. Again, you know, and they do it in a variety of ways. You know, they made shots. They put pressure on the rim. You know, they get out in transition. You know, they can attack. So it's always good to have guys that can make plays. You know, I don't know if I wouldn't label them as shooters, but those guys are basketball players. You know, and that's what we have. You know, we have a bunch of basketball players on this team.
Coach, you guys had over here. You guys had an 18-point advantage in the fast break points today. How much does going and getting fast and really attacking the defense early impact your offense?
I mean, that's a big part of what we do. You know, we feel like we have a fast, athletic team, a versatile team. You know, again, you know, Malik Brown, when he comes in and we go small, he's faster than any guard we have. You know, he's just active, so it allows us to get out and try to get easy basket without setting up. You know, we want to play fast. We want to increase tempo. You know, we need that. That's what our team is. You know, our team is very good in the open court. So we practice that way. You know, everything is fast paced. So, you know, that's what we need. That's a big part of what we do.
Why de-emphasize the 2-3?
Excuse me?
Why de-emphasize the 2-3? Why move away from it?
You know, I think, you know, that was a coach's thing. You know, again, we still play it at times. It's still there, but I think, you know, my stamp, the way I want to play, is you know, I like man-to-man, and I think this team is equipped for man-to-man. You know, and going forward, we will continue to play man-to-man, but we will play zone as well. But it's just you know, just my preference. It has nothing to do with it. You know, the zone is good or bad, but this is just, you know, my identity, you know, my program, how I wanted to do it.
So I got one more quick one. So you mentioned Malik a little while ago. You trapped in the half court today for the first time, I think maybe all season. I don't know. But did you want it to do? Was it a pace thing? Did you think you could turn him over? Like, why did you decide that you were going to try that? To get some energy?
We tried to trap in the LSU game. It didn't work though. No. You know, again, I think you know, Georgetown has really good guards, and some of the sets that they run, they have you chasing. And so, we wanted to buy some time for our guys coming off, all the actions that they run. And it was in the middle of the court. As you know, in the middle of the court is a dangerous for the defenses. So we wanted to give our guys a chance to get back into the play. So that's what we wanted to do. And again, it was a lot of times it was Epps who we just wanted to make him work.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Ray, good luck.
apologize to none of my players. Our players are just a little beat up. So I want to make sure that I let you guys know that I do like having them in here, whether it's a win or a loss, for them to continue to learn. Today's game, interesting. You know, I told our men, whoever was going to defend was going to win. And I don't think we defended well. Credit them. They made some tough shots. They were able to get to the free throw line. Again, 5 for 26 from 3. I think we're a really, really good three-point shooting team, so you got to give their defense credit. I think the open-air turnovers continued to hurt us. The turnovers continued to hurt us. I thought they had probably 4 or 5 pick sixes and then offensive rebounds. And I think our players' personality comes out when we can score. So, you know, for us to continue to improve, we got to hang our hat on defense because the ball's not always going to go in the basket. But credit them, they played well. It was an exciting game. I appreciate everybody who came out. I hated seeing all the Syracuse orange in our building, right? But it goes to tell you how intense this game is, and that definitely felt like a Big East game. Definitely felt like a Big East game. And, you know, credit coach's team. They did a great job. Their guards played really, really well, really well. And I thought their guards controlled the whole game. But, you know, we got to put this behind us quick. It's unfortunate that we lost back-to-back home games. You got to win your home games. But in doing so, we'll continue to learn, develop, and grow. We just didn't play well. We didn't play well at all. It was probably one of our worst games that we've had in a while. So, but you got to credit Syracuse. They did a good job taking us out of our stuff.
Hey, Ed, Coach Autry said that the rivalry is alive and well. Having seen it from the outside, just can you talk about your experience being involved in it now and how much you have to part on your players who maybe you knew and maybe didn't appreciate it in the early years of the rivalry, how important it is to the fan base and the alumni?
Well, you got to. I mean, they were very excited to play Georgetown, which they should. Everybody in the country should be excited to play Georgetown, and them having continuity and carryover with their team, with their staff, and us having a new staff, new players. There were 3 players on our roster that played in this game last year. I didn't feel as edgy until the end. I feel the edgy. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this goddamn game next year.
As far as Epps, 1 for 9 from threes, is that more function of him, their defense, him missing open looks, or kind of combination?
I think combination of both. I thought he had some tough shots he was trying to make, some really, really deep shots. You know, credit them. They had a very high alert, high attention to him. He's one of the better scoring guards in the Big East. I gave them credit. Their defense did a good job, right? So we'll get better because of it.
One rivalry question and one three-point question. Start with the rivalry thing. Is that something you're committed to, a rivalry to continue indefinitely? Is that something?
As long as I'm the head coach, I want to play Syracuse every year.
Okay. And then with the three-point shooting, you kind of compare it to last week when you guys were 12 to 25. Is it almost too simplistic to say that you guys need to have something going there to be able, with the current roster, to be able to stick around with teams?
The way our team is made up is we have shooters, and some days the ball just doesn't go in. Today it didn't go in, and I thought we had some really good interior play with Supreme Cook. You know, if you can get that balance. I don't foresee us going 5 for 26 too often because some of the looks we had were wide open, wide open. But again, you got to credit their defense. Their defense did a good job, you know.
You mentioned the other day that you thought the offense was ahead of the defense. What is it that Syracuse did defensively that disrupted you? Seemed like maybe you guys were starting pretty far away from the basket.
Yeah, I thought their length came into play a little bit. I thought their physicality. I didn't think we matched their physicality. Some of our offense, we thought it was our 5-on-0 dummy offense. That's what we got to continue to impart on our men is, even when we're in a shell situation, always pretend like somebody's guarding you. So, I thought their length bothered us. I thought their physicality pushing us out. And then we got frustrated when the ball wasn't going in the basket, and that kind of snowballed with the turnovers, There's no such things as little things, when you're trying to fight for your life in these games. Everything matters. Everything matters. So we'll get better at it.
How were they able to extend that early second half lead up into the first TV timeout?
Turnovers, offensive rebounds. I think 8 of their first 10 points came off of second shots and turnovers. I think 2 were turnovers, pick sixes, so to speak. And that's, that just takes the juice out of you. It does. No pun intended with the juice, yet it just took a lot of energy from us. But it's okay. That's, to me, that was a Big East game. That was 100% Big East game. And you got to give them credit. I'm pretty sure he's really proud of his players because I thought his team played really well. They played better than they played their last couple of games.
With hindsight, should you have called a timeout before the first TV timeout?
No, I'm not going to question what we did there. No. Sometimes, when you're looking at the long road, Ron, right, you're trying to see how your players weather a storm. So when you're in that position to see, okay, how did they respond? And I thought we responded to it, right? We had open shots, we got stops. Just because it's 15 minutes left playing the game, that's a lot of time in basketball, as you know, a lot of time. So you don't want to overreact. You want to give them an opportunity to get them to learn from that. It's not where we're at. I keep saying that, and I tell our men that. It's where we're trying to go, right? And obviously it shows we got a long way to go.
Hey, Ed, here in the back. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
You mentioned a couple times this felt like a Big East game. Playing a game like this with Big East play coming up very soon, how big of a learning opportunity and growth opportunity was today for your players?
I really thought we grew up a lot in our last game against TCU. I thought we took a step back today, and I don't know why that is. I still say it felt like a Big East game, but it doesn't compare to a Big East game. The physicality in the Big East, the motion of the Big East is just different, just a different animal. The Big East is just a different animal. That's probably the best way to say it. And I know I'm very pro Big East, and I should be, and it's earned that right. It felt like it, but it wasn't a Big East game. Will it help us? Every game we play is going to help us.
And then just a second one for you. On the other side of the court, Judah Mintz, a local product, had a really good game. Just having him come in here in D.C. and have that kind of game for a team from outside of town, does that make you maybe extra excited for what you can have? I mean, not excited about what he did today, but looking forward towards the future, with guys like Caleb Williams and other players coming in the future, does that make you think forward to, can't wait till the day where those D.C. guys are on our team having games like that?
I would concur with what you said. It's I think our staff is doing a great job trying to locate the DMV kids and making sure we pick the right ones that can help us. And they have a few people on their roster that are from here. Of course, they're going to be excited to play. Anybody that walks in this building is going to be excited to play against Georgetown, especially if you're from this area. And give him credit. He played well. He's a really, really good player, right? It's okay, right? He should play like that. He's a really good player. I don't look at good players and he's a good player. He should do that. If he didn't, shame on him, especially coming home. So I'm pretty sure he had a lot of family members there, and good for him, man.
And
we'll play him in another year.
Thank you.
On the subject of where you are and where you're going, it seemed like this was kind of a growth game for Rowan at both ends of the floor. What'd you think of him?
He had a good practice yesterday. I liked his spirit. He's healthy. I thought he made a big jump today. Definitely helped us. Gave us some good energy. But we need everybody to be on that page. We need everybody to be on the same page as far as concentration and focus and attention to detail in practice. We just didn't have it today for whatever reason.
Thank you. Coach, you mentioned feeling the edge at the end. It looked as though Judah Mintz might have said something to the bench or to you or gestured at the bench in the final minute, spoken to by an official. Mm-hmm. Did you see anything, hear anything? What happened there?
Those kids are so excited, and you just can't. Again, some of the things we do is all calculated, my man. You know what I mean? If I didn't hear what he said. If he did, that's okay. It's okay. He earned the right. He earned that right by the way he played. Give him credit. Good for him. Good for him. It's just one game, though. There's a lot of basketball left to be played, right? I've coached a lot. I've coached against some great players. We're going to continue to coach against great players in the Big East. That's not going to be the first good guard we see. It's not, right? Those guys come a dime a dozen in the Big East. We'll be all right. We'll figure it out. All I can tell you, get us now. Get us now.
And just one more quick one. So you mentioned 5 for 26 from three, not going to happen often. But would you rather your guys, when the shots aren't falling, look for inside looks because those were working first, or would you rather they try to shoot their way through a tough night?
Tough question because, our identity is our ability to shoot the ball. So you don't want to take away an individual's gifts by what you think you want to do versus what they can do. And that's what you got to do as a coach, all right? They went in the last game, so I'm going to let our baby shoot. Let them do what they do, right? Let them do what they do. They'll fall. They just didn't fall today. Michael Jordan was 20 for 119, but he took 120 to win the game. That's the confidence you got to instill in your men.
Don't take their confidence away. Inspire them to be great by doing what they do, not what I want to do.
Any final questions?
Appreciate you.